Hello! Today I'm going to make another spooky food, and this is the spaghetti and brains. This guy here. The description is: this messy dish has chunks of brain mixed in with the pasta. Now, I am happy because I was able to get this ingredient, I mean the brains. It is pork brains. It's in this dish that I'm covering with my hand. If you have any trouble with seeing this kind of food, I suggest you skip this part or this video actually. But if you don't, this is just like any piece of meat of the pork, so I am going to cook it. But yes, I am very excited because I was able to get pork brains. Now I am going to uncover this organ of the animal, so if you don't like this, please just don't watch it. So these are the pork's brain. I have already cleaned it from its skin. It has a fine membrane, and I already took out all of the blood that was with it. I washed it. Now I'm going to season it with some lemon juice. Not a lot. I'm gonna keep this recipe simple. I'm gonna use some white pepper. When I'll be cooking this, I'm going to add 1 egg because, as you can see, this is very little material, very little meat, so I'm gonna add 1 egg. I'm going to boil my pasta, just regular spaghetti. It's a bit of a shame that I don't have dark pasta because this seems to be dark, and I don't have squid ink, so I'm just gonna leave it like this with regular pasta, and then I'm going to use some ketchup to make this red dripping. So I'm gonna put my pasta boiling, just regular pasta, regular spaghetti, and then I'm going to cook the brain with the egg. Just a quick update. I added some black food coloring to the water where I'm going to boil my pasta in, and I changed the spaghetti for noodles. I'm going to use these noodles because they are whiter and they are a bit messier, like curlier. So I'm going to use these noodles instead of spaghetti. Let's cook the brains. This is just a small portion because, as you witnessed, the brains are really small quantity, really small amount, so it's going to be a very small portion. Now to this I'm going to add some flavorless oil. Noodles in. I don't want them to be black, I just want them to be a bit darker. Let's hope this works. Now I need to mash these guys with a fork. This is really soft, so I don't want to break the entire structure. I just want them to be a bit creamier. These look like a very soft type of meat. You know what, I think I'm going to add the egg now. Maybe I should have told you this is my first time cooking pork brain. You might not know this, but this is a quite common dish in Portugal. We practically eat everything from the pork, from the pig. This is very common, especially in the north of the country. And the south, not exactly the center. After this, I'm going to add the noodles in here. Make a zoom. I'm going to add a bit of butter. Okay, now the noodles are cooked and I'm going to add them to this frying pan. I like the color. They're grayish now, which is exactly what I wanted. Mix it all in. Just going to let it cook a bit more, and then I'm going to serve this. I'm gonna try and make it as faithful to the image as possible. And now for the dramatic effect, I'm going to use some ketchup. By the way, let me just see the picture again. And that's a nice quantity of ketchup. I'm not gonna put on my table, but I'll put it all around here. Here, here, here. And I think this is good enough. Yes? Alrighty. Here you have it. Make a side-by-side comparison. Here you have it, the spaghetti and brains. Now await for a taste test, because this is going to be my dinner. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I've got mixed feelings about this on my first bite. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I don't fancy this. It's not bad, I just don't fancy it. I don't enjoy the texture of the meat, of the brains. Maybe I did something wrong while preparing the organ, because this needs to have all its fat and the membrane removed, and maybe I didn't do it correctly, because some parts of the brain I can feel like a very strong pork flavor, and some other parts I don't. So I guess I prepared it wrongly, even with the lemon juice. It was not enough to wash away that taste, but it's not the worst thing I've eaten. I still think this is better than some other things I've already tasted. It's also very hot to me right now. I'm gonna let it cool a bit more. And I still have another brain dish, another brain food to prepare. Let's see if it's better than this. I'm gonna season it differently too. So, what should I rate this? I'm going to rate this with a 3. Yeah, 3 stars. Because the ketchup actually saves this. And the egg as well, because it adds texture, because the brains don't have a texture, they are really creamy and mushy, and I don't really appreciate that texture associated with brains, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's also a very psychological situation here. I am not used, although I know it's common, we do eat brains, but I'm not used to it. It was the first time I prepared it. I actually think it was the first time I've eaten it, but I'm not sure if I did while I was a small child. So I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm going to give this dish, the spaghetti and brains, 3 stars, because it's not the worst thing in the world. I know it can be done in a better way, just not the way I've done it. But yeah, right now I'm going to let this cool a bit, and then I'm going to finish this. So this is it, a spooky food. Bye.